Go back for a minute, though, on what you said about Lovecraft being an atheist. And I think that, you know, a lot of people know him for the Cthulhu mythos, and they know him for creating his own system of gods and goddesses. And do you feel like that was something that he was able to do because of his atheism, that he wasn't really tied down to the way that people would normally look at the subject of God and any type of creationism, because he wasn't a believer of that?
That's a good way to look at it. I think he felt himself totally free with regard to that, because his entities are certainly not conventional entities. You'll notice that most religious systems, they have very human-centric entities. You know, in other words, they create their gods in their own images. And you can see that in the Christian religion. I mean, you can't, there's not, in the Christian religion, when you think of God, you think of like a white-haired guy with a beard in profile, and then Jesus, of course, is a human being, human-centric. So when you kind of visualize gods and goddesses, you visualize this in human terms, because you can't really comprehend what they are, because you're human. You know, you can't see beyond yourself. And the thing is, Lovecraft could see behind himself. He didn't believe in anthropomorphic gods at all. And so I think you're right about that. I think it gave him a certain amount of freedom. But what I liked was that he was able to actually not give up or not be untrue to his atheistic beliefs and his materialism by creating gods. They're quantum beings, in essence. You know, so it's a really fascinating topic. I don't know if I can even cover it all fully in like an hour or so.
Well, is it possible, though, that there was also some level of subversiveness in the gods that he created? Because it's almost like if you're looking at his gods that he created and saying, well, this, you know, the idea of this is ridiculous, it's kind of also reflective of the way that he might have felt about the, you know, the human-centric gods that other people believed in. That maybe it was kind of a little bit of a subconscious commentary on the fact that it's kind of ridiculous to believe in any of these things.
Yeah, some people claim that he was doing satire. You know, they'll read like the Dunwich Horror, and they'll see a parody. Like you've got Lavinia Whately, you know, giving birth to, Yog-Sothoth's child, and then they have like twins. And you could argue that's kind of like a parody of the Virgin Mary's giving birth to Christ. And then you could view Wilbur Whately as being like a Christ symbol. And there are a lot of people that actually make those kind of connections. But when you actually study Lovecraft real closely, especially his letters, he was not really a satirist at all. And I think a lot of times people see that stuff in his fiction, and then they kind of project it in themselves. But I don't think Lovecraft put it in there. Like his friend August Derleth was a Catholic, and he kept seeing like the struggle between the great old ones and humans, and he actually postulated a whole race of elder gods that were the good gods, and then the great old ones were the bad gods. And so he saw like a standard good versus evil dichotomy, and he saw that as being in alignment with good versus evil in the Christian religion as well. Like the great old ones are evil, and the elder ones are good, and they're helping mankind to become good. So he kind of projected that into it too. So you can go either way. You can project either satire against conventional religion, or you could project it as being actually a subtle way of celebrating conventional religion.
Oh, hey, did you know that you can follow Spooky South Coast across all types of social media? All you have to do is follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.